lemons complement our food and drinks with their fresh, astringent taste. 2,4-D, the major ingredient in the chemical defoliant Agent Orange, which was heavily used in the Vietnam War, has been implicated in birth defects and other serious health problems, is regularly applied to these lemons. The harvested lemons are quickly brought to a packing house in huge containers. There, they will be processed before shipping. First, the lemons are washed in a chlorine bath to sterilize them. To further clean the lemons, they are also washed in an alkali agent. These twice-washed lemons then proceed to the next step of the treatment process, where 2,4-D is sprayed over them. Why do the lemon packers continue to use this controversial chemical?
Don't you use 2,4-D?
The 2,4-D is on there, but that's only to keep it green. See this button right there? It gives a lemon life. It keeps it from decaying internally. Once it goes into the pack, you start packing into the boxes, it will not be put on there. Okay. Because, for example, in Europe, they do not want 2,4-D. So when you get a wash, that eliminates that, dilutes it, and you don't have it anymore. It has a little bit in it. Right. It keeps it on there, but still, you can. The carton says that got 2,4-D on there because you have to have it. Because if they find a little bit of it, the federal inspectors said, "Oh, you got a little bit of chemical. You gotta have it on there." But it's diluted so much that it will not affect anything.
Here is a small hut that seems to be nothing special to look at. We were surprised to learn that it is in this building that the wax for coating the lemons is blended with 2,4-D and a neutral detergent. This mixture helps the 2,4-D to easily penetrate the lemon. The container holding the 2,4-D permanent wax is carelessly left lying outside the hut. You don't see a single word printed on these containers referring to their containing the hazardous chemical 2,4-D. The lemons treated with 2,4-D impregnated wax are put on a conveyor belt for screening. Unsaleable damaged lemons are separated from the ones that are to be shipped. The lemons are first stored in refrigerated warehouses as big as a gymnasium and stay there for from 1 to 6 months awaiting shipment. Just before shipment, the lemons are removed from the refrigerated warehouse, graded by size, and picked through so that any lemons that have spoiled during the long storage are removed. Here again, an alkali agent is sprayed on the fruits to sterilize them. The undamaged or apparently undamaged lemons that have been selected for shipment are given a shower to which a carcinogen OPP has been added. On top of that, the fruit are also treated with TBZ, which may cause infant deformities. The lemons, which have been treated in several ways to prevent the growth of mold and fungus, are now ready to be shipped. Traveling down a conveyor belt, these lemons are sent to the packing area. Some of these lemons are exported to Japan. 2,4-D is used in the treatment process. It is a major constituent in the infamous Agent Orange, used by the American military during the Vietnam War. It is a carcinogenic plant hormone. It has been discovered that the carcinogenic 2,4-D is sprayed on imported lemons. It is applied to prevent the fruit's top green bottom from coming off. By using this kind of dangerous pesticide as if it were merely a food additive is, in my opinion, extremely hazardous where people's health is concerned. In addition to lemons, OPP has also been detected in grapefruit, oranges, and a variety of processed foods made from these fruits. Besides these pesticides, benomyl, a carcinogenic fungicide, is also used. And finally, a little-known fungicide called imizarial, which is known to cause liver and kidney deterioration, is also applied. It is definitely the case that imizarial is used, but on the box label for these exported goods, not a word saying anything about the use of this chemical. Various pesticides are used in exporting and protecting citrus fruits such as lemons. Because this kind of post-harvest pesticide usage leaves a lot of pesticide residue in the food, it is currently a major issue. We might also do well to ask what kind of post-harvest pesticide is used on the grain we eat. This is a wheat farm in Australia. In Australia, an insecticide is used when wheat is to be stored for a long time. Let us see how it is used. Harvested wheat is brought to storage bins by truck. As the wheat is augured up to the bin, phenethrothion is added. This equipment is used in applying pesticides to wheat. It has obviously been in use for quite some time. When they removed the part where the phenethrothion is placed, a significant quantity of that chemical was caked onto the mechanism. We can clearly see that phenethrothion had been extensively used on this farm. We asked if the equipment could be set up again to show just how phenethrothion is applied.
Yep.
The wheat and phenethrothion are mixed together inside the apparatus. Wheat and pesticides. This manner of pesticide application is not unique to this farm. Under national guidance, pesticides should be applied whenever storage is to continue beyond 6 weeks. We asked Professor Satoshi Ishikawa of Kitasato University about the toxicity of organic phosphate pesticides such as phenethrothion. Organic phosphate pesticides like phenethrothion are poisons to the nervous system and can cause paralysis, as well as blindness. When just a small amount touches the skin or is ingested, a variety of allergic reactions are displayed, such as hypersensitivity to chemical products, for example. Now, let's conduct a couple of simple experiments using readily available wheat flour. What we have here is some wheat flour purchased in Australia containing 0.5 ppm of phenethrothion. We also have flour made from wheat grown in Japan. We introduce grain weevils to the piles of flour. Next day, all the weevils had collected around the Japanese-grown wheat flour, and none of them went near the imported flour. For the next experiment, we introduced 70 weevils to each of the 2 containers of the same wheat flours that we had investigated the day before. 3 days later, the weevils were crawling around actively on the pile of Japanese wheat. The weevils in a container of Australian wheat flour were all dead. In Australia, phenethrothion is used in storing wheat. In the United States, there are pesticides similar to phenethrothion that are used for wheat storage. Malathion and Redden are often used in this way. In the fall of 1989, we conducted interviews at the United States Food and Drug Administration, headquartered in Washington, D.C., about the use of Relden in post-harvest storage.
See, that powder may sublimate so that there wouldn't be any real residue left.
Sublimate means go away?
Yeah.
It evaporates.
Even though they say that Relden won't remain behind and all will sublimate, this is very hard to believe. The pesticide Relden can persist for up to 10 years. Strange how this American government agency did not seem to know much about post-harvest pesticides.